I'm going to do a quick review of the DJI Osmo Action 3 from the point of view of a motovlogger. I've been a motovlogger for over 10 years. I've got between 700 and 800 videos as of the making of this video. And I really have had the gamut of brands and styles of action cameras. I've had my favorites, I've had ones that I've hated. I think this one I really like. I'm not a real big fan of unboxing videos. However, the DJI Osmo Action 3 unboxed. There you go, there's your unboxing video. The algorithms like it. This little guy is about the size of a GoPro. Kind of set up the same way. The on-off button is put in a much smarter position. There is no requirement for a media mod for it. It works well the way it sits. As it sits here, it is a very affordable camera. However, I tell you, there's a adventure pack. Just go ahead and get that. It's not going to save you any money, but you're going to benefit from having everything you need in it. So the adventure pack comes with a camera, a selfie stick, and I didn't do that, I got the base. It also comes with the battery holder. Now this battery holder won't charge. They said you can charge other devices with this battery holder. However, I don't know why you would use your camera batteries to charge up a different device unless there was an emergency and you needed to charge your phone. Maybe there's a benefit there. However, it gives you a nice place to package them. It tells you which ones are charged and which ones are not charged. As I said, this is full. However, it will come with one extra battery in the one that comes with the camera. The other expensive part of this camera are these batteries are $35 each. They are not copied yet by the World Global Domination Chinese manufacturing system. However, I'm sure that's coming soon and you'll be able to get them for $6. They'll overheat your camera and burn up your camera, but at least you'll have cheap batteries. I tend to do that with all my cameras anyway, but just keep that in mind. These are, I've got 4. There's plenty of juice in 4 of them. I ended up not, like I said, not getting the adventure pack, so I ended up having to purchase 3 additional batteries. But they last a long time and they don't overheat. That's one of the good things, is paying a little bit extra maybe is the best key to success with any camera. So as stated, this camera is a similar size to the GoPro. I'm not going to go through all the specs and stuff like that. There's ones that are out there. I'm just trying to give a 10,000 foot overview of the camera and my impressions as a motovlogger. So, but I would like to say the buttons are in good spaces. Like I said, the one on other cameras are kind of difficult to get to, but this is in just the right spot. They click on and off very easily. There's a microphone on top and stuff. The microphones that come with this, you're better off to use an external microphone if you are using it on your helmet moving down the road. Otherwise, you're going to have to find some way to dead cat the entire camera, because there's microphones on top and front and on the bottom. One of the weird things it comes with is this little lens condom here. I don't know, it's kind of a bump thing. I don't know if it really would protect anything, but it is what it is. What I like about this is this lens comes off, so instead of having to put a layer of protection over it, and maybe you want to do that anyway, that lens comes off. You can replace the lens, and you can actually buy other filtered lenses to enhance your video production quality. The front screen really works great if you're using it in selfie mode. It's crystal clear, it's big enough, and it's legible, the little messages that come up on there. Back screen really works well. I can actually see it when it's mounted on my helmet, which is really handy to understand if it's on, off, and what mode it's in. So one of the downfalls I found with this camera is the microphone. I've tried every microphone that I have, I've got a lot of microphones, and none of them seem to work. I have expensive microphones, cheap microphones, and I didn't have any success with any of them. They overdrove. They just blew out the sound no matter what I did. So the best option for me, and it makes this camera very expensive, is to move to a DJI remote or wireless microphone system. The side comes off, this little door comes off. I'm sure I'll lose this at some point in time, but at this point I don't ever use it, so it's kind of immaterial. However, that's where the USB port is. Now they do make some USB microphones, maybe they work better, but like I said, I didn't want to go through a whole bunch of trial and error to find a good microphone. So poof, voila, another unboxing. DJI wireless microphone. Comes with your receiver, USB. You've got 2 microphones in here. For me, that's probably pretty good. I would end up maybe losing one. I would hope not. However, you got 2 microphones charging all the time in there. This box actually does charge up the devices. So once you put these back in there, if you're you know, overnight or whatever, you can get these things charged back up. So as stated, you've got the transmitter, microphone, and you've got a dead cat. These come with it. You can buy extras pretty cheaply, amazingly enough, on the interwebs, whatever your cheapo place of choice is. They basically, you'll see the mount, or not the mount, but the microphone end right there, and you just put it on and you twist it, whoops, turn it, and it doesn't come off. So you've got your dead cat already set up on your microphone. Comes with a clip and this little magnet, so you can either clip it on your clothing or you can use the magnet. You could probably do that in reverse. You could probably put your microphone inside. A million things you can do with these. I think it's a really great setup. So that magnet goes right on this metal clip here, just so you know. We'll get back to that later when we talk about this helmet setup. There's a little screen, and if I can see it, anybody can see it. You need to set up your receiver and your transmitter for gain. Okay, so you can play with the settings on that. Right now I think I'm -6, -12, and -12 in the helmet. I'm still messing around with the gain settings. That is actually pretty good, but it's a little low. I have to boost it in post to get it just right for me. But I'm working on it, and it's actually working out really well. So one of the quirky things is you won't be able to set up the gain in the camera until you plug it in. So this actually sets up, you want to face the screen back towards you. That gives you a view of the screen. However, if you put it in facing forward, you can't see the screen. The other thing is it will come into just slight view of your lens. So the best way to do that is to put it backwards. Now you're going to say the only thing that's holding it in is that USB plug. I've got probably, I don't know, almost 1,000 miles on this setup. Hasn't come out. Off-road, on-road, whatever speed, haven't had that issue. You put it in and it actually clicks in, and you're ready to go once you've got all this stuff set up. One thing I will say is when you turn this camera on, do not immediately start your audio. Do not expect action right away. That first second, this needs to boot up. So you'll get, it's maybe a second, maybe a half a second, you'll get a blast of full volume. The settings take over, and then you're good to go. Even without this, when you turn it on, you get that beep, 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 and it records. So give yourself that half a second before you start actively shooting media and recording audio. So for super long videos where the software starts breaking it down, other manufacturers break it down into like 1005, 2005, 3005, and you've got, you know, your videos as you're, you know, I self-edit as I'm riding. So you have 1005, 1006, 1007, then you got to go find 2005 because 1005 was a long video. This one is just sequential, so you'll have 1005, 1006 is the split, or for 3, 1005, 6, and 7. So you just grab them, you stick them together, and then you edit them out. So to me, that's a lot more convenient and a smarter way to do it. One of the things that the base comes with is this little cage, and it doesn't really serve much of a purpose. You know, granted, what it does really is allow you to mount this to your helmet. There's a better way to do this, I'm sure. There is a better way to do it. So you just push it in forwards like that, and it locks down like this. The only purpose that I really see out of this is it allows you to mount the camera vertically. Other than that, there's no real protection. There's not a microphone on it like a media mod. But I do like it because I have been taking some shorts as I'm riding, and it makes it just easier. Just flip this thing on, stick it back on my helmet mount, and I'm good to go for my 1 minute short video for YouTube. So you're probably wondering video quality. About my last 5 videos have been done mainly with this camera. It is very good. It is not at the level of some of the other, the Max brand. I think it's probably at the level of just about every other brand. However, most people are watching your videos ducking out of an 8 a.m. meeting on the toilet, watching it in 720 on their phone. 4K is for folks that are probably watching on TV or PCs, and most people's monitors are only probably 1080 anyway, and maybe 50 or 60% of the folks watching on TV have a 4K TV. So your video quality, while everybody wants it 4K and perfect, this does 4K. I shoot in 2K, and it does really well. And I do, because I scrutinize this stuff, as probably if you're a motovlogger watching this, scrutinize the video quality. In places it's not perfect, but general overall it does very well. With this camera, the game changer, at least for me, is the mounting system. And I'm a little bit of a spoiler here. This is my cheapo selfie stick. However, the mount goes right into your GoPro mount, not a problem there. This makes all the difference. It's a magnetic mount. You say, well, you know, the magnetic mount, what? It's going to get knocked off. Magnet's not going to hold anything. However, there's 2 tabs here that lock it in, and it's that quick. Comes off that quick. There's 2 tabs you push. If you don't get it quite right, magnets are polar, so if you don't get it quite right, it will click in, but it's a little bit more difficult to get it on and off. Here's where the game changing comes in for me. You get ready for your ride, you get your camera set up. I take one of those magnets and I tape it inside my helmet. That's the setup for now. I may do something differently. I may trim out a little bit of this foam and get a nice nesting place for this. This has not come out with that magnet. So the magnet goes in there. Your microphone goes over it. The dead cat's right there. This has been a great position for this microphone. I've been able to record up to about 80 miles an hour and not perfect audio at that speed, but darn good usable audio at that speed. Lower than that, it's really good. I really think it's great. So now you get to your destination, you hop off the bike, you pull out your microphone, mount your microphone wherever you're going to mount your microphone, take off your camera, you're now walking and talking. You can set your camera down on a tripod. Right, so you drop your tripod, this is a little one, you drop your tripod down, Mount your camera, set your tripod down, and you're walking around a room. You got your microphone on, and now you've got separated camera, third-person camera with good audio no matter where you walk. You do your thing at the site, go back to the bike, click it back on, remount your microphone, you're back in business on the motorcycle. So these little mounts are 15 bucks each. I'm actually missing one somewhere, but it's worth the 15 bucks. I set up all my mounts with one of these, and it's just click and go to no matter what you're doing. I'm gonna get some time on this camera. I'll do a little bit more in-depth video. I don't want to get into all the settings and things like that and all the little nuances of the camera that you can see just about everywhere else. I'd like to give you more of my opinion and things that if there's something that I'm doing that I think is good to relate to you, I'll do that as far as setup and whatnot. I'll probably give you, when I get a good microphone setup, I'll probably share that, but I'm going to get a good 3 or 4 months on this and I'll make another video. I'm really impressed with this camera so far. It's not dropped any footage. The audio's been great. It's been easy to work with. It downloads just fine. I really, so far, recommend this camera, but I'm going to withhold that until I put a few months on this. So DJI Osmo Action 3 so far gets a thumbs up for me. I'm going to still reserve that until I get a full taste of it, and I want to make sure that it doesn't drop video. That's the most important reason why I got a different camera. So I appreciate you watching. Please comment, subscribe, like, and share. Adios.